Hey everyone, this is Madison Maze showing you Lights Out. Here we have Unity, we have the magenta and black. These are all numbered, starting in top left, 0 to 24. This are all buttons. The buttons are attached to particular game objects, and pressing them is going to toggle, where you see the on click. So for instance, this is 0, and it's going to toggle itself 0, it's going to toggle 1, and then 5. And so all of these buttons are sort of hand done like that. So we press play, and you're going to see all the game objects instantiate down here, all these cubes. And as you press, you're going to see things changing, toggles. It's not 100% working right, but it's mostly working right. We see randomization happening every time we press play. And then the win state, I set to just having the top 3 win because I wanted to show the win state. It says you won after 5 seconds, reloads the scene, does another randomization. To the code, we have, this is the main script. I'll take you through it. I set up the array. Let's see. So we have a for loop starting from 0, length of the array, incrementing at 1. You're going to increment, you're going to create primitives of type cube in the vector 3 using mod y, negative y, x, and 0. These are integers, I mod num column, which is 5, y divided by num column, which allows you to keep your data pretty much the same, like 0 through 4 for every row, which if things are really huge would be super helpful versus doing it all by hand. So that was really cool. I also instantiated it using a grid over here. It's basically the same for loop, but this time you're using instantiate grid prefab, which is basically a public. You just drag in a grid and you set all the parameters in the actual grid in the inspector and add its own transform. Then we have the index of the tiles coming from the tile script, which is basically just buttons. I tried to work with these over here using just if statements, but I couldn't quite get it to work, unfortunately. As you see here, what I tried to do is like if, my index mod 5 is 1, 2, or 3, then, perform this one certain behavior. So that would fill out rows 2, 3, and 4, but then rows 1 and 5 you'd have to do separately. So basically you would have like 3 if statements. So I just couldn't get it to work, unfortunately. So what I did instead was, well, first of all, I'll talk about the randomization. So we have the if statement random color over here. The variable is somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. So we say random range 0 to 2. It's going to pick either 0 or 1. So if 1, it's going to say bool array enabled, mesh renderer is enabled. If not, it's going to be not bool array, so it's either going to be enabled or not. And then we have the toggle. So when you hit the button, it's basically doing the same thing, like bool array equals not bool array, which is just a toggle. You're getting the renderer, it's enabled, you're just toggling it off every time you click it. The if statement right here is just like all 25 is false, but right now I have it just set to 0, 1, and 3, which that should be 2, but whatever. I just wanted to show the win state. What that does is starts the coroutine called endgame, which is here. That's just turning on basically an image where it's going to say you won in the text. Text. It's going to turn it on, wait 5 seconds, and then turn it off. There's the 5 seconds, and then it's going to reload the scene that's currently active, which is this line. Let's see. We have the awake function. I don't know if I went over this. TileMaker.tiles is how the button array gets put into being. I think that's about it. These are my other attempts at trying to get the button to work. I just couldn't quite get it to work, but I'll keep trying. Anyways, thank you for watching.